Mr. Kennedy, can you verify that some cars that were previously recalled and supposedly fixed will have to be recalled again for a second airbag replacement?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you have any initial numbers on how many consumers are affected? If not, when will you know and how will the consumers be notified?
You mean consumers that would have had to bring their cars in twice?
Correct.
I don't have that information yet, sir. As I think Dr. Rosekind said, a lot of the OEM, a lot of the automakers are still entering their VINs and getting the quantities and the exact vehicles. So after that, it would be easier.
How do you plan to notify the consumers?
We're still working on that plan. As part of the consent order, we were given 60 days to develop this plan, and we certainly want to do it in conjunction with the automakers. We don't want to do something that's going to be at odds with the automakers. So we have, as I mentioned, a media firm that is familiar with these types of activities. We have some ideas on paper. We're working, and we will certainly be reviewing those with NHTSA and having NHTSA's involvement as well as the automakers.
So why weren't these issues dealt with the first time they were recalled? In other words, why? It's just no excuse. It's inexcusable as far as I'm concerned. But give me an answer. Why weren't these issues dealt with the first time?
It's a fair question, sir, and it's a difficult question. I think you've heard from a lot of different people today. It's an extremely complex issue. When we first started seeing some issues back in 2005, we did national recalls on a large number of parts, and we thought we had identified root causes. We thought we had gotten everything from the field. We thought we were doing all the right things, and then we started seeing these sporadic issues in the field, and that's what led to the action that started last year. So it's been very elusive to us, and it's been very, very difficult to get a consistent pattern that would tell us exactly what the root cause is.
Okay, Mr. Kennedy, I have a couple more questions.
Okay.
How can you possibly ensure consumers, my constituents, the second replacement will be effective and a third replacement will not be necessary?
Well,
Can you assure my constituents that that will be the case?
I mean, on most of the replacement parts, as I said, they're going to be later designs or from our competitors when we're putting those in. There are still a few, and that's why, as part of the consent order, we are still testing the remedy parts to make sure that those are going to be sufficient for the life of the vehicle, and why we are continuing to test outside of the ranges of the recalls that were in the DIRs that were announced a couple of weeks ago. So we're trying to cover that. I can't tell you right now that everything is done, but we've anticipated that problem, and we have an agreement with NHTSA that allows us to continue to look at that. And if actions are required, we will take actions.
Okay. Since the first airbag inflator ruptured in 2004, it is true that Takata tested roughly 128 airbags from 2004 and 2000. Is that correct?
I'm not familiar
from
with
2004 to 2008. Is that correct?
I'm not familiar with that number, sir. I can double check.
Please get back to me on that.
Yes, I will.
Do you believe that enough was done to investigate this issue and bring awareness to consumers on the potential risk and threat of defective airbags? Was enough done?
You mean on those original ones?
Yes, the original ones.
Yes, we were able to identify what we thought and what our automaker customers thought was a very solid root cause. We had manufacturing data, we had test data. We were able to recreate the problem, but clearly there was something else going on.
Could more have been done?
Again, you could probably always say more could be done, but what we did, we thought, and our automaker customers thought was sufficient to get to root cause and to take action, and that's what we did.
Okay, Mr. Bainwall, one last question, Mr. Chairman. Have any companies requested that Takata remove ammonium nitrate from the propellant formula used in the airbag inflators?
That's an answer I don't know the answer to. I have a question, and I will find out and report back.
Please get back to us. Thank you very much. I yield back, Mr. Chairman.